Did you put them plastic plates and cups up? Ah, what's going on, y'all? Uh, put that in the garbage. What's up, y'all? It's Saturday. Saturday, making it happen. Just got in from the grocery store. What's happening? Busy Saturday, as usual. I, I took vitamins today, so I didn't have no Mountain Dew, and I had a little bit of coffee. Now I'm in here washing dishes and trying to get everything together. Did a little bit of grocery shopping. What barbecue? Ain't no barbecue in here. I ain't doing no barbecue. Just moving and grooving today. Trying to get things done. I had a to-do list of knocking down today. I've done a pretty good job. Let me get my towel. Hey, Kayla, put those bags together for me so I can take them back outside. Oh, school, yeah. Barber school. I'm sorry. Barber school is going pretty good. I cannot complain. This week, the crazy thing about this week that's coming, I will be asked like my family members and things to come up so that they can like come on and let me practice on them. So I'm like, okay. So they'll be coming up and let me do some cuts on 'em. Kayla, Kayla, I left that lid up so you can take that garbage out. Take that garbage out. It's been here all morning long. You should have did that when you got up the first thing. I just had to do that cup to put in that garbage. You ain't put it in there. Put that in there and take that garbage out. Trying to get things done. It's Saturday. Y'all know we don't sit around on Saturday here. Put that in there too. I'm gonna give you two things to put in there before you take it out. Yeah, I'm trying to get everything done before the week, which I'm only doing, barber school at this time. Just going to barber school. But by what's going on? By the time Monday hits, I want to already have like a routine. Here you go, a routine already set. Put this in there. Then that should be good. I do a bag. That's it. Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you this right here too. Trying to get all this cake ready for the customer. How you doing? There you go. Where's my pink towel? My hand towel. You know where it's at? You see them clips right there? That's for them sears and things. So if you open something, make sure you put that clip on it. Whether you put it in the freezer or anything like that, or the cereal or anything that you open, use them clips because we were running out of them. I think I broke a couple of them. 1 second, y'all. You ain't see my pink towel? That pink. I just asked you, was it here? You ain't even look. You went to the bathroom. I had to get me some more mittens. Mittens done went out on me. A new habits. Cake baking back into play now full time because I am not going back to nobody's job. Not at this time. Doing my own thing. Been spending, I mean, different stroke for different folks. I've been spending too much time. I did what 8 or 9 months, and I think that was a little bit too long. And I've been spending time that I've been needing to do other things at somebody's job, and feel like I was going to accomplish something, but I really feel like I didn't accomplish anything. And you know what I'm saying? That time fly by. So I'm like, dang, I was there all that time. I let Caleb put the groceries up. Caleb is the worst putting up the groceries. He just talks for stuff. He won't take the plates out or nothing. Now I finally feel like I can catch up because I am not tied down to a job. You know what I'm saying? And like I told you, I'm doing cake. I do cake today. What I did Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this week. I do. Sometimes I have extra cupcakes, or I just make extras, and the customer. Some customers don't always like to go online and order. So some of them will say, "Hey, you know what? I just go ahead and do you have any extra?" And I say, "Yeah." And they'll just come pick up what I have, or they'll just ask me what I have. Kind of like a first come first serve thing. If you're on Facebook, you'll probably see me put it out. I mean, it moved pretty well, pretty well. I have a red velvet cake business, which I'll probably see on my page currently, and then I recently started doing lemon. Lemon has been added up to the lineup during like spring, uh, last spring. So I've probably been doing it, probably going on like a year now since it came out. Might be a little bit over a year, honestly, because I remember doing it before I moved. I was out there trying to get stuff done, and at the same time, I was looking for places, like different places to move. And honestly, moving is just a headache, a complete headache. Like I'm like 3 months ahead right now, so I'm gonna give it that, but it's a headache because honestly, I really don't want to go to another complex. So I've been looking for like private owners, people that rent their properties out, people who have maybe townhouses and one like that. I found one that I really liked, and then when I contacted the lady, she was the realtor that was renting it out, and I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. She said, but I'm going to take it off the market. I think I'm gonna just sell it. And I think she probably had sound like she had some bad tenants. The last the last tenants that she had just sounded like she was like after that what she said. She didn't say if it was bad or good, but she was just like, after the last tenant, I'm not going. Thank you. She was like, I'm just gonna sell it. I put it on the market to sell. Come put me a bag, Kate. Give me a bag. Go ahead, Taylor. Say hi. You want to lie? You want to say hi? You want to say hello? Hi. Just put my bag in there and put all that right there in there. Now that's somebody that loves YouTube. He'll sit on YouTube all day. I've been trying to show him how to do it, but I guess he ain't into content creator. But I've been trying to show him. I am making. I'm actually icing a cake right now. Currently, trying to get everything ready. So customers coming to pick up cake and putting yeah, getting cake slices ready and putting groceries up. So while I was doing that, I figured I'd be in here for a couple of minutes, for a bit. So I like, let me get on live and see what y'all got going on. He is a little bit, believe it or not. He kind of shy, but all the stuff that he get into, he kind of shy. A lot of people think that he quiet and stuff. I hear him, and then when he talking to his friends and stuff like that, he ain't quiet. Trust me. I holler shut up in here, this small apartment. He know I holler shut up. I probably say it like 10 times a day because he get loud in there, and like he the only one in here. I kind of like it peaceful. Y'all know me, but him and them friends and stuff, they get on there on the phone. Yeah, believe it or not, Caleb shy. That's why y'all don't see him in the camera all the time. He'll let me film him, but if I try to do a video with him or something like that, or a TikTok or something like that, he's like, He gonna ask me that one like to negotiate with me. So if I need him to do something I really need him to do, he wanna know what I'm gonna give him. Yeah, y'all see him. He don't do too much talking now. I mean, he talk yeah to me, but when it comes to like the camera and stuff like that, he don't mind. He just don't do too much talking. But he do talk. Believe. And the ones that you think are shy and the ones that are quiet, they get in the most stuff. Trust me. I know it. I see it. Oh, I know. Well, the day is winding down. I got out early this morning, got a lot done, and I'm trying to finish the day up. Don't come down. I'm if you need a sign off. Yeah, I always said that. His mind will not fool me. One thing he can't do. He know that don't work for me. The teachers think so too. The teachers and think, oh, he's just quiet and he don't give them no problem. Well, he don't have. He's not a behavior problem. That's not the thing. It's a sneaker. Don't have no behavior problem out of 'em. It's the other issue that they don't do. Hold on, y'all. I ain't feeling too beat, so I feel like I might do some cooking tonight. Yeah, him definitely. Why y'all think I'm always on his head? Y'all think he quiet, but y'all see me flip out cause he think he can slick a can of oil. He think he's slicker than a can of oil. That one think he got me figured out. I stay one step ahead of them at all times. So here's one I got to cut up for today. When it's usually done, here's one. And I had some oyster cupcakes, and the customers already came and got that. It's pretty much a homemade cake. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I didn't go to like culinary school or anything like that. It's a homemade cake. The cake was it's a recipe from my mom that she made back in the 90s. And I just mastered it and started selling it. But people love it. I don't had bakers that have like big businesses. This is red velvet. And this one lady, she got like a bakery. And she came, she was like, I seen your site. And she said, I see you get all this traffic. And she was like, you only bake one cake. At the time, I didn't have the lemon. The lemon's only been with me for a short time. So since 2018, up until just about last year, I only sold red velvet. That's the only cake that I sold. So everything that came in came specifically from red velvet cake. Yeah, I do lemon. The lemon is, I think that's like an acquired taste. It's people who buy the lemon, which is sell, it's not like the red velvet, but it's for people who like lemon. You know, the red velvet always, outsell the lemon, but people do like the lemon. It's not that it's not good. I think lemon has to be like something that you like in order for you to, buy the lemon. I gotta do lemon tomorrow, but don't get me wrong, it's still good. Yeah, it actually works out. But this is before I actually went to work. This is what I did. Yes, sir. You need me? What you need? You washing? Okay. You done made your to-do list or something? What you got your to-do list? Your friends ain't going out this weekend? I was trying to go to the pool, which I want to do. I was asking Caleb, do he want to go to the pool? But I don't know. If he let me know, it's hot enough out here today. We in Florida, it feel like it's 100 degrees out there. I've been out since this morning taking care of stuff, but it's hot. My mom has like a pool in her area where she lives, a really nice area, and they got a much nicer pool, kind of look like Adventure Island like that. She said they were having something today, but I don't think they were gonna be there. We're gonna go out there and go swimming. I'm trying to get this one to get out and do a little bit more. Cause believe it or not, as much as y'all see me get on his head, he still gonna want to sit right up in here and be cooped up with me. I told him yesterday, I was like, "You going somewhere?" He got invited to go out to a party. He didn't want to go there. He got invited to go. They were going laser tag. Now his friends done be at the park. Like he can go with them. I don't know if he want to go with them today, but he want to chill in here with me. I'm like, okay, you want to go to the pool? Then he looking at me crazy. I'm like, come on now, what you want to do? It feel like 100 over here. To be completely honest with you, or maybe I just been doing too much. But yeah, back to moving. Moving is I always try to start pretty early. I got like 3 months to be completely done, like to be moved and things. I have a spot that I want to go. Well, just kind of like last resort, and that's the one that I showed. I did a video on if y'all seen it. It's a nice place. I just don't want to do apartment style living. She said it's pretty quiet there. They don't really have any complaints and things. Me personally, I'm always going to the third. She said they got a fourth floor. I'm always going to the third or the fourth. And I'm like, I do it, but that's gonna be last resort. And so I'm really saying last resort because I seen some nice houses and things, but the requirements when it come down to trying to rent a house, people always say, "Oh, rent you a house," something like that. Rent your house. The requirements to rent a house are like way more than an apartment. Oh, I'm icing this one right now. Y'all don't want to see this while it's being iced. Y'all can see it when it get done. Yeah, the requirements for an apartment are way more, and so I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna do that. I'm trying to get when you rent an apartment, they want when you're trying to get an apartment, you can always kind of I mean, I don't think you can find specials no more like you used to, but now it's still a lot to move into the old, but moving into a house, they want you to pay first month, last month, and then they want you to I was reading this one guy house, he had some specifications. You'd have thought, I'm like, damn, you gonna do all that, you might as well buy a house. They want you to have so much put away, and then they want you to provide your proof of income, and then they want you to give all this. It was like he wanted like six, $7,000 up front. But I'm like, Jesus, you gonna do all that? Ain't no sense in renting a house. Why would somebody do all that just to rent your house from you? Now, granted, a lot of these people probably trying to cover themselves. I get it. I mean, I would like one. I mean, it's just I get a lot of those people trying to cover themselves. You know what I'm saying? I know they, if a person move out and stuff like that, they trying to make sure because they probably still have a mortgage on the house. They still trying to make sure they can get it paid until they get another tenant in, or damages and things like that. And you can't ask them to just, look at you. Oh, I'm not like that. It don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Them people gonna need proof. And 9 times out of 10, they're going by your background to see. But they still want in the house. They want all that money. Townhouse is a little bit more easier, so I've been looking at that. A townhouse has been, it's not as pricey as the house, and they not asking for, all the stuff that they ask for in a house. So I'm like, okay, they not asking for the same thing. So I'm like, okay, well, what we'll do is I could just go with a townhouse. I'm gonna try to shoot for a house. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely shoot for one, but I don't even think it's so much of. I don't even think it's so much of affording the house. It's everything that they want up front. You know what I'm saying? By the time you actually move in the house, you'll be broke. I'm like, gee, they want $5,000, $6,000 to move in. The security deposit is 1 month rent. Then you got to pay administration fee. Then the association want two or three more hundred. I thought somebody trying to call too. That's Pearl. He probably checking on live. And so I'm like, man, I'm not going through all that to get no house. I'm not gonna do all that. It have been some decent ones. Like, and you'll find them for a reasonable price though. So it depends on. I'm early. I'm be honest with you. I'm early right now. And if I can't find nothing, this would be the worst case scenario. If I can't find anything, by the time it's time for me to go, God forbid, then I would just probably ask her for like 6 more months. But that's like the last thing I want to do. Or not 6 more months, or I would just go to the apartment. I just don't want to be here because even the apartment is bigger than this. The other apartment is much bigger than this. There's no space in here. One second, yeah. Yeah, the other one, so I ain't even gonna say stand here. The other one is still much bigger. You see, they run a little special. Special is not even in the apartment. They used remember back in the day they used to run specials and they used to have like, half of the month off or you take this amount and they'll spread it throughout the lease. They don't have that kind of stuff no more. Even apartment. Like here the rent is like 1775 plus the 1775 plus the renter's insurance, which is almost like $20, $25, and then the water bill hit on like $100 every month. So that was like the deposit was almost $2,000. You have to pay that because it's a private owner. These are condos. Look like an apartment, but it's condo. So they want you to pay all of that in an apartment. Now they run a special now. They like, oh, we're giving you $500 off the first month. So if the rent is 2,100, you still got to pay them $1,600. Like, okay. I was like, okay, how about she was like, "It give you 500." I'm like, "I'm cool with the 500 off the first month. How about y'all take the 500 and just spread it throughout the lease and just make the rent lower?" She's like, "I gotta. That's a good question." He asked my supervisor about that, and then I can get back with you. I'm like, "Yeah, let's see if that'll work. I take that better. That's like what 40, $50. We could do that. I like that better than just 1 month." Granted, they probably ain't gonna agree to it, but that's my last resort spot. One second, I gotta get my other key, and these. Make sure this is dry cake container because I got to get ready to start slicing this cake and putting it out for the customer. So as soon as I get off with y'all, I got to start letting them know it's available because they've been asking, do you have cake slices available? So I'm like, okay, let me get this done. Uh-oh, I'm in here making a mess, trying to cut the cake. I usually use like me a Publix knife because the cake is like really, really moist. So I use a Publix knife because it cuts it really good. Some people cut a cake with like a butter knife, so I use this so that it's like a cake slice when they open it. So I'm sorry, when they get it, because when people get like a butter knife and cut it, the cake is really moist, and I just hate the way that it look when they do it with a butter knife. That one was plain, and this one is pecan. I'll put this one here so I can cut this. But yeah, that's been honestly, I've been like a little frustrated with it. The whole process, and it's 3 months away. It's just I always try to have once I get that down packed as far as the moving part of it, I want to try to have that out of the way. So I had a long conversation with her today because that's all I got so far. But when it come down to it, I like to have all the moving stuff already squared away. That's not on my mind. That way I can just focus on like movers and stuff like that. I didn't do movers last time. I was like, "No, we can do this. It's not that much, this and that." And it didn't seem like it, and I didn't do movers, but I don't know if that's gonna fly this time. I know I'm trying to budget and everything. Y'all know I done quit my job. So I'm like, I don't know about that though. I have no idea about doing no now I got little brothers and things like that, but I can't tell you that I'm finna be helping this time because I only think we did maybe like one, we only did like one truck the last time I moved, believe it or not. Like one truck. And I still felt like it took forever. All that going in and out and all of that. I hate moving. And my situation is not like some people where they got like unorganized and stuff is all over the place. It's not, it's just, it's still a headache. That's what I'm dealing with. But we're gonna figure something out. I'm gonna keep y'all posted throughout the whole process. Y'all ought to see how it is moving for a single dad. You know what I'm saying? And then we go to different places. What I had a tour that was supposed to be set up today, but the lady said that she ended up changing her mind. That's the one I told y'all about. But I usually try to take Caleb with me so that he can see the place. Usually, uh, when he goes to the place, he been liking all of them. Like the last place we went to, the apartment, he liked those. He was like, "Oh, I like this one. I like this one." Like Taylor gonna take anything besides this one because this one I think is a little smaller, and the only storage that's really here is I would say his room. Thank you, thank you. It's gonna all work out. It always does. It just I'm like when I'm organized. Like my aunt told me this a long time ago. She always said, when you're organized, your life is organized, right? So it's not just y'all see me clean up and different videos and stuff like that. It's not even just that. It's everything. I like to have all that stuff in line because if it's not in line, it just becomes a headache for me. That's just me. It's just the way I live. So I try to think smart and not hard. Same thing I try to teach Caleb. If you don't, I see people that kind of take themselves through the long route, a hard route, unnecessarily. So if I don't have to do it at my age now, I don't learn. As we get older, we start, we get smarter. We supposed to. We get better at what we're doing and things like that. Hold on one second. We get better at what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We don't make the same mistakes no more, or we shouldn't be. And so every time I'm doing something, I'm always trying to get better at it than I was the last time. So my goal is by the time it comes up to move, it's just a seamless process. I can just pack up, ideally, just have the movers here, have everything boxed up, packed up, boom. We move, and the only thing that I really have to do is just start putting everything into place. Oh, you seen me move in the first place? Yeah, that one was without movers. You know what I'm saying? That was us doing that. I don't want to do it that way this time. Cause man, I was so tired after that, and it wasn't even a lot. If y'all remember, the only thing I had in here when I originally moved here was I think my bed and Caleb bed. Everything else got bought, except the kitchen materials, things like that. But that's the only two things we had here. And now this stuff, I don't really plan on getting rid of much. Depends on what the front room look like. I don't think I'm gonna keep my sofa that I bought. I bought that simply because this place was smaller. And the one that I had at the last place I had already had for about 4 years. I bought that when I moved there. And this one is smaller. So the little sofa is a little small. It fits the place perfectly, but I'm probably not gonna take it to the new place, all depending on the size of the place. You know what I'm saying? It depends. So I gotta see what it looked like. But I said I was gonna get that for this place. And so I did that. Now the next place it's gonna be. I just gotta figure out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fix it up right. It's just I don't know where it's gonna be, what it's gonna look like, and then once I can tell, then I know what I want to do. But that's what I'm dealing with right now. Yeah, it's just a headache though. Originally when I moved to the place that y'all seen me moving from, I hired movers to move there. So we didn't really do much. And guess what we moved from? We moved from here. Not this apartment, but we stayed here in this complex. This is the third time. We actually moved here back in like 2013 when, let me see, was it 13? Yeah, around 2000, no, maybe 11 or 12. Caleb was only like one, going on two, 9, 10, maybe like 2010 or 11. And we had a one bedroom. At the time, my credit was shot. You know what I'm saying? And it was a private owner. They gave me a shot. And that was when I was, my Caleb had been turning two because I was a newly single dad, which I had, had Caleb going on 2 years, but we stayed in one spot with his mom. And the rent like shot up over there because they had got new management. So I had to find a new one bedroom. And the owner here, she was a nice lady, and her husband, and he passed, I believe, like a year or two ago. God rest his soul. They let us move here. It was a really nice complex. It didn't look like this one. This is more updated. This is a private owner. We stayed in one that was owned by a private owner. All of them were private owner. We stayed in. I think they own a couple of them, and I think originally the one bedroom we had looks just like this one, exactly like it. It's just doesn't have this room. And we stayed here for about a year and a half, and then we moved to Georgia. Now, when I came back and I started my business, we moved to our last place in like 2000. When did I move there? 2020, I believe. I moved to the last place, 2020, 2021. But before that, I moved here. We stayed in another one bedroom for like 4 years, and then I moved here, and we got a two bedroom. Um, Caleb was just getting out of elementary school. We moved here, and after we moved here, we only stayed for like 8 or 9 months because it was during COVID, and the owner was selling the property. So she had people that was coming in and out, in and out. They knew me here. She knew me from when we stayed here. The owner knew me when we stayed here in 2013, 2012, 2013, 2011, one of them. But she knew me, so she was like, told the owner, "Yeah, he's good." You know what I'm saying? But we only could stay there for like 9 months. The owner ended up letting me out of the lease because she had, people coming in and out. She was trying to sell it, and during COVID, I wasn't really comfortable with that. Hold on one second. So she had people in and out of the property viewing it, and I wasn't really comfortable with her bringing people in and out of the apartment. You know what I'm saying? All my stuff was in here, and my kid in here on top of that, and COVID is going around, and you got all these people coming in. And she had one realtor that was giving me a hard time. Like the lady was getting on my nerves. Like she was literally the day that when I asked the lady, could I move? She was like, "Yeah, that's fine. You go ahead and break the lease. We'll give you a deposit and everything back." I'm like, that way you can sell your place, and then I ain't got to worry about people in and out. You know what I'm saying? My home. So I mean, I told the lady she couldn't bring nobody else back there until I was gone. And I mean, the lady was literally coming like the last day that I was moving. She was literally like, "Oh, do you know what time you're gonna be out?" I'm like, "Listen, it don't matter when I'm gonna be out. I still pay. I'm moving. It was still like a day or two early." And I'm like, "This key is still mine until the end of the month. Why are you still trying to come in here when I told you you can't come until I move?" "Oh, I have people that need to see the profit." Man, you just trying to make some money. You can't come here until I'm gone. You can't get this key until I'm gone. Sorry. And it was just a headache. So I ended up leaving that one after like 8 or 9 months. She let us out. And that's when I went to my place that we stayed in for like 4 years, the last place. And now we've been here for a year, and all the time that we stayed here, all three of them times that we've been here, I never ever knew it was alligators in that water. And then the alligator like to be on this part. He like to be on this side. The pond goes all the way to the other side of the complex. He stay over here. Well, one of them. He stay over here. Come right out the water and everything. I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna work. So that, and then it's a lot. They got a lot of wildlife and stuff I ain't really know about. And then on top of it being small, I was like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. All those times I had been here, we never knew it was an alligator. Never. So I'm telling her, she was laughing. She was like, "Oh, Anthony, you never knew it was an alligator, this, and that." She's like, "Oh, he if he comes out the water and he hear you, he just gonna run back in." I'm like, "Nah, that's not gonna work. I got a kid. I'm not gonna be running no alligator away. I never knew it was an alligator in there." So that's one of the main reasons of why I gotta go. I didn't know that. We ain't gonna be in here with no alligator now. That's dead. That's one thing I'm not gonna do. So that's one of the main reasons we gotta go. I gotta watch my kid when he come to the house because the alligator come up here. Yeah, yeah, the alligator come here. Now he'll come up like right on out the grass. You can see him all the time. Then it get hot and sunny. Then you got them little ducks that walk all around. You be trying to leave, they walking on the sidewalk. They don't want to move. The birds, they got a big tall bird be flying through the night and stuff. They be on the sidewalk. I don't like all that wildlife. A turtle was walking up, a turtle laying eggs in the dirt on the sidewalk. I'm coming to the house. All you see is the turtle running across the sidewalk. He running to the water. Almost jumped out my damn skin. I'm like, dog, it's a turtle coming up here too. Big turtle. It ain't no little baby turtle, the ones you see crossing the road. It's a big old turtle. I'm like, this too much wildlife over here. And it's too close. Usually they be in like a pond or in an area with a fence or something. At man, no, this wildlife live up here just like we do. I don't even do dogs, so I'm tripping. That's too much for Aunt. Yeah, way too much. I can't do all them animals, and they think it's funny. But the people, keep in mind, the people who live here, the people who live here, they actually, so they're buying, and a lot of them be out there trying to feed them. A lot of them be out there trying to feed the animal. I'm not no fan of that. They had like squirrels. They had squirrels at one time. Oh, hold on, y'all. I know I'm gonna block King now. They get on my nerves. I gotta block them. Don't come ask me no crazy ass question now. Gonna get blocked. Man, when I stayed here last time, the lady had a squirrel. She go feed the squirrels and stuff. And the squirrels, I had my SUV at the time. Now the squirrels will see me coming outside with the cake, and so they don't know who's feeding them. All they know is that there's a human that's feeding them. Yeah, that's all they know is who feeding them. And then they had those tall cranes, right? They had these tall cranes. So the lady feeding the crane and the squirrel. So when I come down with the cake, When I come down with the cake, you got those tall cranes. They standing there waiting on me because they see something. I'm like, man, I used to have a hard time trying to take cake out and go deliver cake because the birds are standing there. You know what I'm saying? They think you're getting ready to bring them something. I had to tell the officer, like, man, tell them to stop feeding them. And only in front of our building. You got these squirrels and you got these cranes that harassing people because they feeding them. Even over here now, it's a black guy. The black guy had me crying laughing, especially during the hurricane. Because a lot of the people who got little dogs, they take the dogs down there by the water. And the man, like, I tell them all the time, stop taking them dogs down there by the water. I said, why you say that? He talking about because them alligators love them little dogs. He talking about alligators love dog meat. He said they take them down there by that water all the time. He said them that alligator gonna pop out of there and snap that dog right up out their hand. He said, but they go down there with a little leash. And I'm like, man, look. He said, I tell them all the time, the alligators love dog meat. He said they ain't gonna know until they go down there and the alligator pop out of that water and snatch the dog because the dogs go real close to the water, like they trying to drink it or something like that. And after I seen that alligator, I tried to tell them like, "Hey, it's an alligator in there." They had them little Yorkers and stuff. They taking them down. I'm like, all right. My understanding is two. The one that I see is smaller. It's not small to me, but it's supposed to be smaller, and I guess it's a mama in there. No cage, no nothing. Oh, guess what? I don't want to be. Think about it. Who want to be out here and surrounded by that? You know what I'm saying? You got a kid, and you got it's a dog. I'm not a dog. It's an alligator in the water. You got a kid. They got to come home and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, man. And every day I walk out the door, I'm always looking. I seen him out there one time when I was getting ready to leave for work. That's what he said. He said, yeah, he said those alligators love dog meat, but he right though. I be watching some of those reels sometimes. You look on Facebook and stuff on YouTube, look at them reels sometimes when those dogs go in the water, alligators will snap a dog up quick, real quick. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen the alligator actually attacking the thing since I've been here. What I will tell you is I've seen them little ducks. They swim in the water all the time. The duck always have babies, but I never see the babies grow. I think the alligator be grabbing them damn babies because they always have babies, and I don't never see them babies grow up. You know, you can see them as they get bigger. I don't never see them babies grow up. You just see a duck with babies, and then they'll be little, and then they swim with her for a little bit. Then I don't never see them again. Then I see her again with some little babies, and then they be in the water. I don't never see them again. That done happened like 3, 4 times now. I don't ever see them little ducks again. And I think he be eating them because she swim right in the water, right in his pond where he at. I tell your ass what, I'm finna get up out of here. I don't want no parts of it. I'm bad. Y'all. I'm in here washing dishes, trying to finish up in this kitchen. I'm gonna go ahead and put this cake out. I'm pretty sure these people been waiting on it all day because they've been asking me. Yep, you got any cake slices available? Like not just yet. I've been out trying to handle Aaron. And on top of this, I got customers on cake tonight. Well, not tonight. Orders came in. They got to be done for the night. Let me think about it. That's what I'm dealing with today. Where y'all located at? How's the weather in y'all area? Y'all know we hot here in Florida. Very hot. This is what baking cake consists of. Sitting in the kitchen for hours at a time. That's why I've constantly around the holidays, I've kind of cut back from doing the holidays so much because if you getting Thanksgiving and Christmas and things like that, just think about it. I be in here sometime from way before the sun come up to the sun go down, just on the holidays. That ain't no really good feeling. So I'm like, that's why I might do Thanksgiving and then not Christmas, or I do Christmas and not Thanksgiving. I'm going to do both of them. So that usually take like 2 or 3 days. It ain't just one day. And y'all lucky. Ain't nothing cool here. Not yet. I mean, we just got out of the cool center. Um, it all depends. Because most of the time I be contemplating on if I'm doing the holiday or not. So I would usually tell them what days they can start ordering, and or I just let them know if I'm gonna do it at all. Because a lot of people ask, like, "Hey, are you doing the holidays this year?" It all depends how I'm feeling at that time. If I want to stand in the kitchen for like 3 or 4 days doing cake, it get hectic. It's not even just doing cake; it's just you gotta do me, I do everything. So I got to deal with the people calling, checking the orders, what they want, when they want to pick it up, what days they want. And a lot of them I used to do when I first started, I used to do delivery, but on the holidays, I don't do delivery no more. Just to make it easier for myself, they have to come and pick it up. So it all depends. On the holidays, I let them know, this is the start date, this is the cutoff date. They go online and order. So everything is simple. Everything is done right online to make things more simpler for me. I tell them on this date y'all can start ordering. It's a certain number there. Whenever it says there's no more, then that's it. But hold up. People start calling and say, "Hey, I didn't get to get in. It wouldn't let me order anything." I'm like, "Well, I mean everything's sold out. It'll let me put a certain number, but a lot of people get upset, especially around the holiday because they want cake. I only can do so many. It's just me. And I can't push out for so many. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to promise you're gonna get cake and I can't do it, then they'd be upset with me. So I don't I put a certain amount out, and once that's done, if I can do extras, then I will. But if not, I've been telling that's all I was able to push out. Some people want to pay extra and stuff like that. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that I can't guarantee it's gonna be done in the time that you need. Only the ones that had already put in, the guaranteed ones I have, that's what I'm dealing with. And I gotta get myself prepared to get in here and do this tonight. And then I know I gotta this is my pet peeve. And I have to do it because the pan don't go in the dishwasher. So when it comes to the kitchen aid bowls and the uh pan, anything mainly involving tape, I usually have to do that by hand. The dishwasher, either it won't fit or it don't get cleaned up to my standards. So I just like to do anything that's involving cake, I do it by hand. And when I first get in the door, I try to take care of all of this. That way, I can still finish up everything I need to do. And if I got more cake that need to be done tomorrow, for example, then I've already got it taken care of. Hopefully, we're gonna have a time. It's hitting on 6 o'clock. hopefully I'm gonna have time to still go out there. I'm gonna see if he want to go to the pool. We ain't been in a minute, and it's hot enough in Florida to do it. I was thinking about going to the beach. Any of y'all got beaches in y'all area? In Florida, we got the nicest one that's here. It's called Siesta Key Beach. It's in Sarasota. That's my favorite one, and that's the area that I really want to go to when the time comes. But it's called Siesta Key Beach. I was thinking about going to the beach maybe this weekend. It all depends on Mr. Caleb though. He been on one of these moves lately where everything you ask him, he don't want to do it. It's work though. Run the cake business, and I have to do all of it. Now, believe it or not, a couple years ago when I started this cake business, I started letting people help me out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I say in the past it wasn't as tough as it is now because I had people that were helping. You know what I'm saying? Just pay them, pay the delivery drivers, pay people, and guess what? Most of them were family members, and it just didn't pan out well. You know, the cake was getting delivered damaged. They were showing up late. You know what I'm saying? The customers calling me, asking me where the cake at, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" And so ultimately, I think you live and you learn as you're doing business, and I had to cut out a lot of things that I do, even now, as far as like with delivery. I offer delivery, but only to certain areas. Cause Tampa is pretty big, and it depends on where you trying to get it delivered to. Depending on where you're going from my side of town, it could take me an hour to get there and get back. I don't deliver that far. So most areas that's listed on the site, they'll have to come and pick it up on their own. So some areas it's not even an option for that. I had a customer that asked and was like, it don't matter the fee, you know what I'm saying? You just charge a delivery fee and I can, we'll pay it. And I'm like, it's not even so much of the delivery fee, it's the time. You can pay a delivery fee, but the time that it's gonna take me to get to you and get back, I'd be done lost out on even more than the delivery fee. So it's a lot of stuff that you have to take into account. But I've been on here with y'all for a minute. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here, finish up in here. Y'all already know if you ain't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to Welcome to My Life, a single dad and son. I'm gonna finish up a video that I got for YouTube tonight. That way y'all can see it and what I got going on, what we have going on now during the daytime. It's a few of them that I started uploading, but I got my time. Uh, but we got I got the time, so I'll be back on here a whole lot and putting out videos. My goal is to try to do it every single day. I haven't got to that point just yet, but I'm working on it. Probably next month, I'm gonna try to. My goal would be to try and put one out every single day since I got the time. Now I've been wanting. I remember the name of the beach, but be honest with you, I can't tell you what all of them are. I remember that name sounds familiar, but I can't. I don't even remember all of them. I know Clearwater Beach. I know Siesta Key Beach. Believe it or not, we live in Florida, but what a lot of people don't know is that we don't go to the beach like that. People who don't live here probably like the beach as much as us because we have it, so we can go to it whenever we want to. But we don't really go to it, believe it or not. And I'm gonna get out of here, y'all, and get with y'all in just a little bit. Y'all keep your eyes out, subscribe to the channel, and any other of the social networks, and then I'll be back on here with y'all. Try to get more lives in. We can chat some more with y'all and enjoy the rest of the day. Make sure you come to either Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and I'll be there.